What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay, man, back with another video, and today we're gonna go over what's Rogue 29. So my RNG has been terrible, that's why we're not doing a build video today. I'm gonna try to go ahead and do it on Saturday because maybe I'll have better luck then. But yeah, dude, I've been farming, I've been playing the game like as much as I've ever been, and I still haven't got the pieces I needed, so we're gonna see. But these builds that are gonna come out are gonna be dope. Just trust me, they're gonna be dope. It's gonna be a Predator Mark resistance build, and then it's gonna be this other special build that if you watch anime you're gonna be pretty excited for. But anyway, what's Rogue 29? Pretty much Rogue 29 is you leveling up a character to level 29, unlocking all the skills that you need in terms of security, medical, tech, all that good stuff. You unlock your skills and then you go into DZ bracket and you gear up. What this does is it pretty much essentially makes it like how the game used to be. It makes the grind worth it more, and it makes goals actually worth something. So if you go into DZ now, you'll probably walk past the girl because it won't really be worth too much, because the gear that we get is mainly like classified gear sets. So people are only worried about classifieds. Nobody cares about anything else. If it's not striker or predator mark, people don't really care. But in this level 29 bracket, you don't have none of that stuff. It's all the basic games. So what I can compare this to is survival. But it's the same way with survival. So with survival, you kind of start off and you get clothes, you get gear, all that stuff. You got to scavenge for all that stuff. But the thing with survival is the queue is terrible. So what I'm going to explain to you in this video today is how Rogue 29 has squeezed the remaining life out of survival, the DLC. So first things first, Rogue 29 is free. So this pretty much speaks for itself, because the season pass is about $40 while survival alone costs about $15. And at this point in the game, it's like there's enough free content to make it where there's no need to spend like additional money, because Division 2 is going to come out. So there's no need to spend additional money for things that are essentially already in the game. So go ahead and clear there. First things first, it's free, so that's whatever. Then the next thing is you don't have to start over. So if you're familiar with playing survival, while playing survival, it's like very easy to die from being too cold. So if your luck is really bad, there's a good chance that could be your whole run, and the queues are pretty terrible. So you gotta spend like a whole another hour just to queue up because you died by RNG essentially. So on to the next one. We got less of a grind. So this kind of go hand in hand with my last point. So since you don't start over after you die, you can obviously continue to accumulate gear to become stronger, and then gear is going to be much more bountiful than it would be in survival anyway, because obviously you've seen how the DZ is and all that good stuff. And then you'll also have an easier time optimizing your gear to your likings. Like, not to mention the skills are permanently unlocked, so there's no starting over. Like, it's pretty much you hop on a game, you want to go straight into a match, you just hop straight into DZ. Like, the player base is going to pick up, and that brings up my next point, is players. So many people who still play this game do not have the season pass or the DLC. So right off the bat, like, that automatically means like you'll be waiting a while just to play the game. If you die, you have to wait another 30 minutes to an hour just to find players to queue. And then while Rogue 29 isn't new, there aren't as many players as it is in the level 30 DZ bracket. But as many people start to max out their gear based off the recent update, more people I feel like would join the 29 DZ bracket. And proof of this is like many YouTubers are now starting to cover the DZ bracket for Rogue 29. So you can believe me or not, but it's coming. Like, seriously, like, if you think about it, how many people have you ran into that complain about striker, predator, or nomad? A lot of people. So can you imagine like those people making alternate characters, getting them to level 29 so they don't have to worry about nomad, pred, or striker? It's very, very realistic. As long as the devs don't do something to mess this up, it's very realistic that this is going to be the new Division pretty much until Division 2 comes out. So that's another thing. And then the very last thing is rewards. So this pretty much backs up what I was saying about the player base. because with update 1.8.1, exotics and classifieds, they're extremely easy to come by. So rewards from like opening caches from grinding hours of survival is worthless. Like, if you're really looking for an exotic or classified at this point, you could really go farm and resistance, or go into DZ, or run some incursions. Like, you'll have a much faster time getting those classifieds than farming survival. Like, at this point, survival is pretty much pointless. It's useless. It's like the redheaded stepchild per se. Like, Rogue 29 just killed it. Like, survival is obviously like the worst possible way to grind anything, except for if you're just trying to have fun. But I don't think anybody wants to have fun by waiting damn near an hour just to queue up. Like, I tried to queue in earlier, and it took me forever just to even try to queue in. So it's ridiculous. But I would say, for the most part, that's how Rogue 29 killed survival. Not to mention, like, a lot of people really don't play Last Stand as much like that. And Last Stand is probably one of the best. Luckily for Underground, you can run by yourself, but Underground, that's dying too. Like, pretty much all the DLC is dying because there's so much free content in the game that it pretty much overlaps the need for DLC. Like, you can really get this game for $10 and you can enjoy all this free content. Like, Division right now, I'm surprised it doesn't have more players. Like, if more players knew about this, I'm sure more people would play the game. But all it costs is like $10, and you pretty much essentially have skirmish mode. You have this endless remake of zombies mode and resistance. You can run a couple incursions. You can farm the DZ, which is, in my opinion, the main point of the game. That's the end game still, even though people may say that's not, but like, that's definitely the end game. And that's pretty much that in a nutshell. Like, that's the main thing that people are going to be running. So there's really no point of having Underground. I mean, you can have all these little special things in place in Underground, but that's not going to really matter too much because now we have global events. If you really want to do some other stuff, you're going to probably run it in a global event, which they're pretty unique, and it's another easy way to get classified. So that just backs up my claim that not even just survival, to be honest, like, getting the DLC period with this game is pointless. Getting the season pass is pointless. You shouldn't get any of them. The only one I would think that you might want to get, maybe if you just got an extra $15 sitting around, is probably Last Stand. Like, Last Stand is pretty fun. Like, if you want to play, I think it's like 8v8. Obviously, you can only have 4 people that you want to run with, and then the other 4 people are totally random. But if you wanted to run 8v8, then definitely Last Stand would be your thing. I really wish they would have fixed that for Last Stand. With Last Stand, you should be able to run with, like, if you want to have a whole squad of 8, you should be able to have a whole squad of 8. You should be able to, like, invite players in. Like, that'd be like a real good selling point for Last Stand. But as of right now, it's like, dude, if you want to run with your squad, your 4, then what you're gonna do pretty much is you're gonna pick up your 4. You just gonna run skirmish, or you just gonna run into DZ. I mean, it's just as simple as that. But yeah, if they were to open up the squads more, that'll probably make Last Stand more attractive. But as of right now, survival is dead for sure. Underground, in my opinion, is dead. That's a whole nother video. I just feel like Resistance killed Underground, to be honest. It just, like, it shits all over Underground. I'm sorry for the people I may offend, but it shits all over the Underground, especially when you got the global events intact, which they're pretty diverse with those. But that's pretty much about it with this video. Please, if you're new to the game, do not buy the DLC. Don't buy survival. It's pointless. It's pointless. You just be wasting your money. Just wait until Division 2 comes out. It's supposed to be a way better game anyway. So I would just save your money for that and just go about your business. But anyway, it's your boy Jay. Catch y'all next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, thanks for watching.